Good evening, welcome to Tutorials with Mr. Piri. So today we're going to look at correlation analysis. So basically here what we are just interested in is finding the relationship between two variables, okay? And we're basically going to check if at all there is a relationship between any given two variables. So you'll be given two variables and you'll be asked to determine if there is a relationship. So, and that's basically the definition of correlation. This is an analysis that helps us to determine or decide if there is a relationship between two variables. Okay, some examples of the variables that we can be talking about is, for instance, if we want to know if there is a relationship between eating meat and gaining weight, all right, as written there, you can determine if there is a relationship between eating meat and gaining weight, or you can determine if there is a relationship between studying and passing the exam, or if there is a relationship between going early to work and your productivity at your workplace, all right? Or if students who are good in mathematics can also be good at science subjects. So all these different relationships, or you can think of any two relationships. If you are just trying to find out if there is a relationship between them, correlation analysis is your guy. So now, as you've seen here, we are just talking about two variables, so we can name one variable x and the other variable y. So as a note here, I've said since all of these cases we have two variables, we can call one variable x and the other variable y to just differentiate them. So this is basically what we'll be looking at. Variable x, for instance, could be eating meat, and variable y could be gaining weight. Okay, so now the formula, or let me say the formula that we use to determine if there is a relationship between two variables is called Pearson's correlation coefficient, or bivariant correlation. Okay, it's either these: Pearson's correlation coefficient. Other books or other authors prefer bivariant correlation. Okay, this is given by the letter r, which is equal to the deviations of x and y over the deviations of x and the deviations of y. So I'll talk about these later. I'll talk about how to find SXY and SXX and SYY. Sorry, SYY. So all these we'll talk about them, and we'll be able to compute any problem on correlation analysis. And what you should know is that the value of R here will always be between -1 and 1. It will never be below -1 or above 1. So if you are computing and you find that your number is below -1, then you've made some mistake. Or if you find that your number is above -1, then you've made a mistake. So now in the next video, let me just talk about how to compute SXY and SXX and SYY, so that we can better know how to find this correlation coefficient.